Hello, everybody. So, my name is Chris Cheeney. This is
Sarah. Hello.
and today we're talking about the benefits of the Huddle system and how it's helped my salon develop over the past 10 years, really, since its inclusion in our daily processes. As you know, we're CDC Accounting. We started our business in 2014. It all started from running our own salon since 2008 and making a lot of mistakes, doing a lot of things wrong, finding out how to fix the problem and how to create a successful business. And one of the primary things that helped us along that journey is the Huddle system. And I know Sarah's experienced similar things because we both started off in the corporate world. So having daily get-togethers and making lists and plans is how success is created, really, because
you're starting to think before you've started to work, so you're already prepared for your day ahead. You've not gone in 2 feet first and juggling balls. You know what's happening.
So that's the key thing. It's getting prepared. So we've made a couple of notes, so we're going to go through them. So what is the Huddle system? The Huddle system is just a name that we came up with. You can call it anything you like, but essentially it's a daily process of giving your team the knowledge of what is expected from them and giving them the time to figure out how that's going to be achieved, essentially. And the important thing to note is, it is target, it is numbers based. So we are saying to people that you need to achieve X, Y, Z. But the important thing to note is, from a manager's point of view or a business owner's point of view, we generate these targets based on what we want to achieve as a business owner. We've taken the time to think about our business, what we need from it on a personal level, what we need from the business to develop it further. We've worked all this out, and then we've given the responsibility then back to the team so that they feel a part of it. You might not share all those goals and dreams with them. That's completely up to you. But what's important to note is, for every hour that they're working in your business, their goal is to hit those targets, because those targets attribute to your personal and business success. Does that make sense? Yeah.
You found a figure that you need your staff to earn for you every hour to enable you to buy that new piece of machinery, for you to afford to take your family on holiday. Whatever's important to you, you've identified it.
Yeah. So this Huddle system is step 3 in something that we've put together and that we do in various talks, various trade shows, called How to Double Your Profits in 12 Months or Less, following 5 simple steps. So you'll see me refer back to these kind of things quite a lot. But step 3 is the Huddle system. I just wanted to mention that while we're there. The other massive benefit to the Huddle system is when looking at your cash flow or your budgeting. So can you explain about that, Sarah, when creating a budget or when creating a cash flow, how, by looking at what you need and then giving that to your team, that almost makes things predictable of what we can get?
Yeah, so if you're planning a cash flow, you need to understand what money's going in your business and what money's going out of your business. So by having a regular daily, weekly, monthly target, you know that you are working towards X amount of money coming in regularly, and you've got the analysis, or you've worked out how much you're spending on products, what your wages cost, what your overheads are. You know what they are going out every month, so you can plan and you know, okay, at the end of 3 months I'm coming up to a VAT quarter, I need so much to pay my VAT. At the end of 6 months I wanted to refit, I wanted to decorate, I wanted to do something in the salon. You know that you're working towards that figure in your bank, and it helps you plan for it.
Yeah. So yes, that's perfect. So what if now we set our daily huddles and we realise we haven't got enough money coming in?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's when it really hits home. If we don't plan, we don't know. We don't know if we've got enough money coming in.
Mm-hmm.
We could have given 3 staff a holiday next week. All of a sudden, we're 3 staff targets down, and we've got a VAT bill to pay,
yeah.
or we've got something else to pay. So I can't tell you how important I believe it is, and I know Sarah believes it too, because we're both working hard trying to make this system simple and easy for people to use, isn't it? It's something that we spend a lot of time working on, developing our reports, developing our systems internally to make it easy for you to implement it within your business. So we've touched on this, but you know why it works. We're keeping people accountable. We have meetings every week in our business, and we have little catch-ups daily. But in that weekly meeting, the first question is, how did you get on last week with everything that you said that you were going to achieve?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we're accountable then to everybody else around the table. So if we haven't done a job, then you know we need to know what's held us back, and we need to work through that. So if your staff are saying, well, I haven't achieved my target, why? And let them speak. Let them come up with an answer. We're not trying to catch them out, but what we don't want to do is do it for them, because we're trying to develop these people as individuals, develop them in their career. So we need to get them thinking about, you know, why, and keep asking the same questions, because I think
it's about communication as well, because as a manager, quite often you don't understand the problems day to day that your staff are facing. So if they're not having the opportunity to sit down and tell you what's going on, you don't understand, you don't know, you can't fix it, and it leads to like a bad atmosphere, things fester. Yeah. Whereas if you've got this daily opportunity to say,
yeah,
I need your help with that, can you spend me 10 minutes today, or whatever, it's good, it's helpful.
Yeah, brilliant. And of course, we can link the Huddle system to some kind of incentive, commission. We're going to go through the Huddle sheet in a minute, but one thing we do is star of the week, and things like that. And the other benefit from a client's perspective is it can create some sort of loyalty.
Yeah, I think it helps your therapists and your stylists become better therapists and better stylists, because they are thinking about their clients every day. They are going into that appointment prepared. They've already thought, well, she had this last week, whenever they last visited. I really think they might benefit from that. They've already done all the planning and the thinking, so the opening conversation's there. Yeah. You're not on the back foot at any point. So I think, for me, if I was in that situation, I would feel like I was doing a better job, and the satisfaction I would get knowing that client has walked out the door thinking I knew them, I remembered them, I have given them the best advice I could. I think it's a sense of personal achievement as well. Yeah,
I couldn't have put that better myself, though. That was really good. So we've written down here another couple of points, but measuring success. So to measure the success of the system is easy. If target is if sales are higher than target, then that week has been successful. But we can watch the numbers grow week on week. We can see how the figures are changing, and you should see the happiness of your team improve as well, because they actually feel like they're supported by the managers, by the owners. You know, they're not just coming in blindly and getting thrown into the deep end. They're being given 10-15 minutes before the shift. You know, go ahead and plan your day. What do you want to achieve today? What can be achieved? How can it be achieved? And then we can review that on a daily basis.
And it's good for the management as well, that you will have a history. You can look back, you can see how has this huddle actually worked? Have I seen more consistent achievement of targets? It's not just a tool for measuring numbers for me. I think you can then also start to value other skills in your staff. So you might have people who are constantly, they're bringing in the cash, and you're like, okay, that's great. But then there are other team members you think, okay, they're not bringing in the cash, but they are the heart and soul of the salon. They are super organised. They are, you will see, okay, they're not up there on my sales, but without, Joe Blogs, the atmosphere in here wouldn't work, or, the dynamics would be different. So you can also, not just numbers, it's skills and value what you find in your staff members.
Yeah, and by constantly drilling down into the numbers, some of them might just not feel comfortable in, asking the client the question, would you like to take this product home today? Even though she knows that it will benefit the client, there's a big stigma around the word sales in this industry. And we just have to try and remove that stigma and support the staff to, because they're not selling. They're genuinely recommending, for the benefit of that service, that this product will help what you've come into us for. So they don't go in for a haircut. They go in to feel amazing, for the person to make their hair look beautiful. But we all know, if they don't use professional hair care, the day after they walk out of that salon, they're back to square one. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's really important. We'll come back onto the automation in a second. We've created various tools to help you with this. One of them is the weekly checklist, which we can share with you. But it's just things to consider, like, are the targets that we've set correct? Because generally we set targets based on the rota, so what our staff are working. So we could be setting targets too high or too low. So it's really important to check that the targets are actually correct and achievable. Like we touched on before, if we was to have like a meeting with ourselves on a Monday and sort of think, this is what our target is for this week based on the rota and based on the huddles. And then we, on the flip side, we go to our bank account and we see, this is what we've got going out of this week. We can tie the two together. We can sort of say, what do we need to do? What do we need to do to get from this is what we've got coming in, but
it's all like that Friday afternoon where you're thinking, it's going to be easy this Friday, there's quite a bit of white space, we can chill. All of a sudden it's like, no, we need to fill those appointments. Yeah. We need to,
Yeah, fill those appointments, change payment dates on things to spread them out a month or whatever. But I suppose we're coming back to the same point, that if we're not planning for this, if we're not taking the time out, then we're going to get caught cold-shouldered, and then we're going to have a difficult conversation with the staff because we can't pay the wages, or the HMRC because the VAT bill's not being paid. So I suppose what we're saying is take time out, because to think about your business. Take time to work on the business, not in the business. That's what a lot of these experts say, and it is really true. It is so true that that's what you've got to do. So let's go through the team huddle. I know for those of you that have not seen this, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so I hope you can see that well. So this is a team huddle. So yeah, it's a team thing. So whilst the staff might have 5-10 minutes to go away and work on their own on it, we're all going to come together as a team and review this together in an ideal world. The day of the week, the date, seen by. I think it's important that somebody actually does sign it to say, yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I agree that that's a good way to go.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
It's an opportunity as well to point out anything anybody might have missed, or pick up something that one person is doing that, everybody should be thinking.
Yeah, exactly. Like yeah, exactly. There's loads of nuggets, really, little nuggets that you can take away. Yeah, what they're saying to do is great. Let's ask them to share that with everybody else. get them involved in developing themselves as leaders, really. We're going to put the name across here. Daily target. So this would be generated by us if you use Forest, or we can help you generate that using Rotor systems if you're using other systems. But essentially, it's the number of hours that they're available to start to clients that day, times by the hourly rate. The hourly rate is what we calculated way back in the Dream Calculator, or in the process of figuring out what profits the business needs to generate for A, the business owner to live the life they want to live, and B, for the salon to keep progressing and reinvesting in the way that it wants to. Coming in is what's already booked in. So we've already, unless we've got a day where nothing in, then we would at least have some appointments already booked in, and we would know how much they're worth to us in terms of services. And then we've got a difference to generate. So we don't say your daily target is 500, for example. We say your daily target is the difference between the 500, if that's the target, less the amount that you've got coming in. Okay. At the end of the day, we'd put what we've achieved, and then we've got the daily plan to achieve the target. So here is where we would write down everything, that all the clients' names, what service they're having, and what opportunities there are to fill a gap, or to improve the value of that visit, both financially and of the client's experience, definitely. So upgrading there, to, taking them from a cut and finish to a colour, or a standard manicure to a deluxe manicure. There's all sorts. I mean, you get what I'm saying, hopefully. The bigger one is obviously products and home care, and do they know about our home care? Have they experienced any of our home care? What feedback have they got? All things like that. It's really good to, for the staff that don't feel as comfortable, do role play. Imagine that I'm the therapist, Sarah's the client, and we might just go back and forth on talking about things, and picking people up and helping them develop themselves. Your business success is a result of how good your team are, essentially. They're the people that are seeing your clients on a daily basis. They're the people that we need to develop them in their careers, help them along the way, because that's going to benefit the long sustainability and profitability and reliability of your business, really. So I think that's kind of it. Do you think we've missed anything?
No, I think that in a nutshell is the process and what you're aiming to do.
Yeah. I'm just going to stop this share. So some opportunities that we've got that we're working on at the moment is we're looking into automating the process, whereby at the moment we send our targets by email to the business owner or manager. But what we've developed for somebody else is that we can email each staff individually their targets, which is great. We can have monthly targets in there, so we can show them how well they're progressing towards their monthly goal. If you're on a specific commission structure where their wages are increased when they hit a certain target level, then we can show them what that target level is, so that they can know that they're progressing towards that target level. And also, we can show wages. So we can say, if you hit your target, this is the commission that you would receive. And I think that would really drive them.
That's a big motivator. I can imagine if you think, I'm £30 off my commission target this month, that will be a big incentive to ask the questions that you're perhaps a bit more shy about asking normally than you would go out and say, have you tried this?
Because from my perspective, and I've said this in team meetings in my salon before, I love paying commission. And people are like, what? You love paying commission? I said, yeah, I love it. I want you to achieve commission. And they're like, why? Well, because if you win, I win. It's as simple as that, really, isn't it? The commission has to be carefully thought about. But essentially, if you win, I win. I love it. So I hope that's useful. Any questions, please send us an email to contact@cdcaccountant.com. I'm Chris. This is Sarah. We'll see you soon.